Nigel, a frustrating and disappointing afternoon, I can imagine, from your perspective.
It was awful. Look, we can't. There's no defence for that performance today. And look, it's my team, so I take the responsibility. Externally, I'll take the responsibility. Internally, I'll say what I say.
The group seemed to really kind of struggle to get the bit between their teeth and get going at all here today at St Andrews, didn't they?
To make a statement like that, and you work for the football club, you're trying to look at it from a positive point of view. That's not acceptable, is it? Let's be honest. There's no there's no defence for us to give 3 points away in that fashion.
There was a change in attitude at the start of the second period, a positive start.
There was a change of people as well.
Change of personnel as well. What was the influence behind that decision?
Well, look, let's be honest. We didn't have, there were players who stayed on the pitch who could have quite easily have changed as well. But it was just about trying to get a different, a bit more of a physical presence on there, and just try and simplify the game, because that's as bad a performance as we've had from our players this season.
What do you feel is the reason behind that? Could you pin that at all at the moment?
No, and I think it's wise not to say too much when the emotion's still very high. We've had more of an impact in the second half, but the game's thrown away, and the 3 goals are just terrible, really terrible.
Set pieces as well. I can imagine that's a very difficult one to take.
People have got jobs to do, and they need to do it.
Looking ahead, because we've got to as soon as we can. There's a game midweek next week. It's an opportunity to get back on the pitch. And what will you want from your group over the next couple of days and going into that fixture?
Well, first and foremost, I think that what the players have to do on an individual level is reflect on their input to a day like today. But collectively, one of our strengths this season has been our collective determination to make things happen on the pitch, and it was just, I know we're missing 1 or 2 influential players, but that's not other players have to step up. When you consider today somebody like Alex Scott, who is 19, was a driving force out there. There were other players who had a go and were stuck at the task in hand, but we had too many passengers today, and that's not an easy thing for a manager to say about his own players, because it doesn't reflect very well on any of us, and that's a real disappointment when you've got a following like we had today. And they were, our fans have been very, very supportive and forgiving at times, but today must be a hard one for them to take, because they'll be thinking, what the hell was that?